I did 5,000 push-ups over the last 100 days, and it's all been documented. 50 push-ups every morning, and I'm still going. If you head to my Instagram right now, you check my stories, you will see today's push-ups. The physical results have been underwhelming, to say the least. I'll explain why, then I'll reveal the daily exercise you can do, which is way better than push-ups. Most people don't understand the benefit to doing this daily, which I'm gonna explain, and at the end, I'll break down why many lifters never truly get the transformation that they want. If you thought this video was just about push-ups, you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Finish, Niall. Finish, Niall.
There's a lot of videos on YouTube about doing push-ups, squats, or blank exercise every day. I've gone through some of these videos, and people get good results. If you're not used to training daily, it can spark some growth. But these transformations usually come from people who are completely untrained or they're still beginners to lifting. That's the only way a 30-day challenge can deliver results. Me, on the other hand, before I started doing the push-ups, I was jacked. And after the push-ups, still jacked. I've been training hard for 8 years. At this point, progress just gets slower. The fact that I'm only doing one set of 50 per day, I didn't expect much, and reality lived up to my expectations. But there's an important lesson here for us to learn. It's not enough to just show up. It's not enough to come to the gym, lift some weights, have fun, feel good. You're gonna have to disrupt your body in order to grow. If I tell a random person on the street that I did 5,000 push-ups, they'll be like, oh man, that's a lot of work. I did a lot of volume, but not a lot of effective volume. I did all that work, but saw zero results. Showing up isn't enough. The effort is only productive if it's close to your max. That means it needs to be freaking painful. And those push-ups, they weren't easy, but they weren't anywhere near this range, so they weren't gonna build any muscle. If the bar isn't slowing down on your last couple reps, you're not training hard enough. Yell all you want. You can convince others, but your body knows the truth. If you're a 20 or 30 something natural lifter who wants to put on a lot of muscle, you're gonna have to bust your ass. No more than 3 to 4 reps in reserve on your easiest sets. I used to fall into the trap of doing too much. If you chase more and more training, you might accidentally start doing junk volume. This happens when your workouts are going well, but you start half-assing it a little bit. Whether it's because you're tired, under-recovered, or just not in the right headspace. It's still work, you're still training, but it's not hard enough to drive new muscle growth. It's wasted effort. In this case, it will be better to do less, but have it all be at a sufficient intensity. These push-ups were basically 5,000 reps of junk volume. However, there is one exercise which will work better. Doing pull-ups every single day is how you get the best of both worlds. You build a lot of muscle and you increase your strength like crazy. I did this all the way back in 2018. My lats were small and underdeveloped, so I said to myself, why don't I just go all in on pull-ups? So I started with 50 per day, and over the course of 6 months, I built up to doing 240 pull-ups every day. That's a lot. Obviously, I didn't do it all in one set. That would be insane. I spread it out throughout the day. So I started with 25 sets of 2, then I went 25 sets of 3, 25 sets of 4. I would adjust the sets and reps so I get a bigger number each time. If I wasn't training back or biceps in the gym, I would do the pull-ups during my rest breaks. So I would finish a set, walk up to the pull-up bar, do a couple reps, go back to whatever I was doing. I also had a pull-up bar at home, and I would use this to get extra reps. Pull-ups are a lot tougher than push-ups. 50 push-ups every morning, no problem. But 50 pull-ups with full range of motion, probably close to a world record. Because they're so much harder, you get more out of each individual rep, and it actually becomes a valid exercise to do every single day if you want to build muscle. I made real progress from doing pull-ups every single day. Granted, I was a lot newer to the gym back then, but I'd still been training for like 1.5 years. My mind-muscle connection also improved a lot. I went from feeling nothing to actually getting a back pump for the first time in my life. And my strength exploded. At the beginning of the challenge, I was only able to do about 6 or 7 pull-ups, and by the end, I was repping out a 45-pound plate. The secret is that I never pushed a true failure on my daily pull-ups. It was always done at a slightly sub-maximal intensity. I still felt it, but I didn't redline it. By doing lots and lots of reps, I got a lot of practice, learned how to recruit all my muscle fibers, greasing the groove. There's even a theory that high frequency can expand the potential of a muscle. Nucleus overload. The idea that daily training can add more nuclei to the muscle cell and give it a greater capacity for growth. It hasn't been proven by the science, but what I can tell you from my own experience, daily pull-ups put a lot of strength and size on my lats, and since then, it's been relatively easy to grow my back. I've known for a long time that pull-ups are superior to push-ups. So you might be asking yourself, why are you doing daily push-ups? Well, it's because of the
we just created, and the body is just a representation of how pure we are up top.
I've benched 315. My chest and triceps are relatively big. I didn't do these push-ups to make my body stronger. I did them to bulletproof my mind. And honestly, that's much more important. 50 push-ups in one go is enough that I really don't look forward to doing them, especially if you do it at the worst time of day. I wake up very early, 5 in the morning, and I force myself to do push-ups as one of the first things in my morning routine. It's not exactly the most pleasant thing to do when you're up that early. By the time you watch this video, I may already be on my way to the Philippines for a nice overdue vacation. I'm still gonna do my push-ups there every single morning, not as early as I usually do, but it's still gonna suck. Every morning I wake up and I think, fuck, I gotta do these damn push-ups again. I force myself to suffer a little bit, and that's the key. It's my belief that if you want to accomplish anything in life, in work, business, personal relationships, you're gonna have to suffer a little bit. So why not train yourself to handle it? In the same way someone might train in the gym to get ready for a powerlifting competition, I do these push-ups every single morning to get ready for life's inevitable kick in the ass. It's not about the workout. It's about doing something you don't want to do every single morning. If I do 50 push-ups, even when I have crusty eyes and morning hair, I'm sending signals to my subconscious which say, you can work hard even when you don't want to. I thought it would get easier as the months went by, but in reality, today's push-ups felt just as terrible as they did 3 months ago. Maybe even a little bit worse, because in the beginning, you always have a little extra enthusiasm. My body hasn't changed at all, but my mindset has improved leaps and bounds. It's easier for me to focus on my coaching business. It's easier for me to say no to vices. I better embrace hard work. And that's the beauty of training. Lifting weights should never become your sole focus. There's much more important things in life, but it should be a very high priority because it's got so many positive ripple effects. Discipline from the consistent workouts, eating healthier, increased confidence from looking better, patience that comes with the long-term journey, and many more. Weight training is one of those habits that gives huge outsized returns. And when I started doing the push-ups, I knew it would be the same. It wasn't about the visual progress. All the gains were made behind the scenes. The push-ups have fulfilled their purpose. They are done as part of my morning routine in the 5-4-5 method. The 5-4-5 is what I do every night before bed. I rewrite my 5 goals, I write my 4-step morning routine, which includes the push-ups, and then I write the next day's 5 action tasks. It keeps me very accountable every single day. So, it's been 3 months. How long am I gonna keep doing these damn push-ups? My answer is, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep doing it as long as it's difficult and annoying. If I ever get to the point where I enjoy the push-ups, I look forward to it, I think that's when I'll stop. Because the whole point is to push through something you don't wanna do.
Those are again gonna take from some of those same resources and develop the same capacities.
Each challenge taught me something. Push-ups built my discipline and my mindset. Only I can see that. Pull-ups, on the other hand, they built my physique, what you can see on the outside. Neither transformation would have happened if I didn't put in the boring, repetitive work. Because let's be real, neither of these routines are optimal. But because I stuck to it so well and I executed, I got amazing results anyway. That's the key lesson for you. Implementation beats information. The program you choose is less important than the passion and the energy you put into it. I didn't build my mindset or my lats because I found the perfect plan. I built it because I stuck to a plan. If you're watching this, you probably have more than enough fitness knowledge. Information is easy to find. The problem lies with the implementation of the info. You don't put theory into practice. You could be the most knowledgeable guy in the world, but if you don't stay consistent with your workouts and your progression, if you don't eat according to your goals, you'll never get the physique, mindset, or life transformation that you want. I genuinely laugh when people tell me they can't get in shape because of limited equipment or because they're too busy. I've seen plenty of guys that make progress with nothing. Everything is stacked against them. They make gains because they train with complete intensity and they never falter on their habits. Look at prisoners. No fancy gym, shit food, but some of them get massive. Their program isn't optimal, but if you've seen prisoners or calisthenics guys train, the execution is 10 out of 10. In order to accomplish your goals, all you need is the willingness to suffer a little bit every day. Know that once you make the mental switch, it's not a matter of if you'll level up, it's when. Bow.